Today on Sunta's Tasty Food, you will see 4 types of mango pickles. This is non-spicy mango pickle filled with sesame seed powder. And the second one is Jaggery mango pickle. It is sweet pickle. The other one is regular Andhra pickle. And the fourth one is Magai pickle. It is made out of dry mango pieces. Now let us start the procedure. Here I am taking 3 large raw mangoes for 2 types of pickles, and cut the stem of the mango because it will have sticky liquid around the stem. So you need to cut it and completely wash it with water, wipe it with soft cloth and let it dry. And try to take sour and firm mangoes. These are the cut pieces of 3 mangoes. I'm going to divide these pieces into 2 parts for 2 pickles. First we will make non-spicy pickle. These are half cup roasted sesame seeds. I will make these sesame seeds into powder and come back. Today my mom is here with me. She is a very good cook. She will help me in mixing all the spices. Here going in 1/3 cup of salt and 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek powder, are also called as methi powder in Hindi. 1/3 cup of mustard seed powder, also called as sarson ka chura. Here we no need to roast any of the seeds. You just grind the raw seeds and make it into powder. Half cup sesame seeds, which I grinded them earlier. This is the powder I got. I'm going to use the entire powder, but my mom asked me not to add all at once. So that's why I'm adding little by little. But finally I'm going to add the entire amount. Adding here 1/3 cup of garlic. Coming to oil, groundnut oil or sesame seed oil, both the oils go well with these pickles. I'm using the same measuring cup, 1/3 cup, first cup, second cup. While mixing, you will get to know how much oil it requires. Looking like little bit of pale color, I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon of turmeric powder. The color is good, but the pickle looks little dry. So we're going to add half of 1/3 cup of oil. Now I'm adding the remaining amount of sesame powder. Here I'm adding 1 more half of 1/3 cup of oil. So totally we used 3 1/3 cups of oil. Yeah, you can see the perfect consistency and the color and everything is good. Salt is very important in pickles because salt acts as a preservative. So make sure the pickle has enough salt in it. Whatever I have added, the salt is enough now. But after 4-5 days, check the pickle whether the salt and all other items are sufficient, because the juices in the mangoes releases and absorbs all the spices. That's when there may be a little changes in the taste, and if you want to add any extra spices you can add, but make sure the salt is enough. Now I'm starting the second pickle, that is Jaggery Sweet Pickle. I'm using the same bowl to mix all the ingredients together. Here going in 1/3 cup of chili powder, that is 3 mango chili powder, because it gives the color. At the same time it won't be that much spicy. Actually this chili powder is meant for pickles only. So totally added 2 1/3 cups of chili powder, 1/3 cup and 1/4 cup of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1/3 cup of peeled garlic. Time being I'm adding 2 1/3 cups of oil, but I'm sure I'm gonna add 1 more 1/3 cup of oil because this is not going to be enough. But for now we'll stop here. 1/3 cup of salt and half a teaspoon of fenugreek seed powder, that is methi powder. Now combine all these things together. After mixing you will get to know the oil is sufficient or not. Didn't I tell you that the oil is going to be insufficient? Now I'm adding 1/3 cup of oil. So totally we added 3 1/3 cups of oil. Now combine all these things together. Now this is the time we need to add the jaggery. Here I am taking grated 1½ cups of jaggery. To this add 2 tablespoons of oil and cook it. You can directly add the jaggery to the pickle, but if you cook the jaggery, the shelf life will be lasting. So that's why we need to cook the jaggery before adding into the pickle. Now you can switch off the flame because the jaggery is totally dissolved, and cool down this jaggery before adding. What I love about this pickle is you can use this for your breakfast like dosa, idli, because it will have a lot of gravy in it. Here it is not looking much gravy in it, but after 5 days it becomes semi-liquid. I will show you that clip in the end of the video. Now you can transfer this pickle into the wiped clean glass jar. So let's move on to the next pickle, that is Andhra style regular pickle. For that I have taken 3 mangoes cut pieces. Take flatten 1 cup of salt, but I am scared to add all. I am leaving this much amount. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of fenugreek powder, 1 cup of chili powder, 1 cup of mustard powder, that is sarson powder, 1 cup of peeled garlic. Time being, I'm adding here 1.5 cups of oil. If it is going to be insufficient, I'm gonna add extra. Now combine all these things together. Here I'm adding half extra cup, so totally we used 2 cups of oil. And transfer into the glass jar or any ceramic jar, but not into the plastic container. The pickle is looking little bit of dry now, but after 5 days if you see, the oil comes on the top of the jar. All the pickles you need to check on the 5th day, ensuring all the portions are correct or not. If anything is lacking, transfer that pickle into the large bowl and combine whatever you want to add. And then back to the jar. We finished these 3 pickles. Now move on to the 4th one. This pickle is called Magai Pickle. For this I have taken 2 mangoes. First we will peel these mangoes. Cut them into lengths. So these are the lengths I got out of 2 mangoes. Now transfer all these pieces into a dry container. Add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Mix it together and keep these pieces in the container overnight. And the following day we will take out the pieces from the container. Look at this, the water came out from the pieces. Now we are going to take out the pieces from the water. Now transfer these pieces into any tray to dry them under sunlight. And my mom is asking me to keep them piece by piece because this water only helps the pickle to have moisture in that. Strain most of the water off from the pieces by doing this way so that the water will be saved. This is the water left from the pieces. Now we are going to dry these pieces under sunlight. We will see how much time it will take to get them dry. Now preserve this liquid by covering with muslin cloth but not with the lid. See, the mango pieces got dried hardly in 2 days because of the high temperature. You can see these are easily breaking. This is how the pieces should be. Now let's move on to the next step. We're going to add the spices into the pieces. Here I'm adding 1/4 cup of chili powder and 1/4 cup of mustard powder, half a teaspoon fenugreek powder, 1/4 cup of peeled garlic, half a teaspoon turmeric powder, and add preserved mango liquid. I'm going to add 2 1/3 cups of oil here. This pickle would be little bit of dry comparatively other pickles because we took out the moisture from the pieces by drying them. Since we already added the salt, considering that I'm adding here 1 teaspoon of salt, not more than that. This is more than enough. These all 4 pickles have their own texture and taste. To me, all these pickles taste awesome. I'm hoping you would also love these pickles. If you haven't subscribed to me, please subscribe and click the bell icon to get my notification. Please follow me on Instagram and Facebook on my channel's name. This is what I was talking about, the jaggery pickle. You can see the gravy here. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.